Good day, I'm Bitumelo Mwepe, an actuarial specialist at Sanlam Corporate Investments. Today I'll be providing an update on the performance of the Sanlam Passive Lifestage strategy over the last quarter of 2022. The Sanlam Passive Lifestage strategy uses the Satrix Enhanced Balance Tracker Fund as the underlying portfolio in the accumulation phase. This portfolio is managed on a passive basis, which means by tracking an underlying index for each of the different asset classes. The portfolio's objective is to offer a cost-effective, high long-term investment growth. The Sanlam Passive Lifestage strategy uses the Sanlam Capital Protection portfolio in the preservation phase of the strategy. The Satrix Enhanced Balance Tracker Fund's performance for the year 2022 is reflective of the impact of the economic challenges over the year. Over the last quarter of 2022, the portfolio has recovered significantly, giving investors a return of 8.2%, which was a slight underperformance compared to the benchmark. This was mostly attributed to excellent returns in the months of October and November 2022. Over the long term, the portfolio continued to give investors consistently good returns, outperforming its benchmark. Taking a closer look over the last quarter, we see that most asset classes contributed positively to the fund's performance, with offshore bonds being the only asset class to detract from performance. The preservation phase of the Sanlam Passive Lifestage strategy continues to deliver stable, dependable, positive returns for investors. Over the last quarter of 2022, the Capital Protection portfolio gave investors a return of 1.4% and a return of 6.7% for the year, despite the challenging market conditions. Over the long term, the portfolio also posted strong inflation-beating returns. This portfolio is especially important for members closer to retirement, as it offers protection over their accumulated capital. Following the changes to Regulation 28 in 2022, we have reviewed the strategic asset allocation for all our life pooled investments, including the Satrix Enhanced Balance Tracker Fund. We adjusted the offshore allocation and introduced a new asset class. We added global infrastructure to the strategic asset allocation with currently no allocation. However, we will allow the manager to take an off-benchmark position in the asset class. On the local side, we have reduced equities by 6% and cut both inflation-linked bonds and property by 2% each. We have added the exposure trimmed from local assets, mostly to international equities, and allocated 2% of that to offshore property. In closing, the Satrix Enhanced Balance Tracker Fund continues to provide excellent returns for investors. With the portfolio positioned more towards the aggressive end of the risk spectrum, it does experience some periods of high volatility. Members should remember that saving for retirement is more of a marathon rather than a sprint, and that there are rewards for investors who stay the course in these portfolios. The Sanlam Passive Lifestage strategy offers a low-cost, dependable vehicle for investors to save and retire with confidence.